I believe there's at least one day in everyone's life where the door opens to a whole new world. For me, it was the day I stepped into Miss Imogene's classroom. My name is Quinlan Smith. My friends call me Quinn. At 25, I can honestly say I've done a lot of cool things in my life. But one of the craziest things that ever happened to me happened when I was much younger. It was my first summer in Littletown, USA. The actual name of the place was Grandville, but I believe in calling a thing what it is, and that's all it was, a little town. The school year, at least the part of it I'd been around for, had been a major drag. In retrospect, it was probably my own fault. It's tough to make new friends when you're bitter and homesick. My parents had moved there near the end of my 6th grade year. I had to leave all my friends behind, and I wasn't very happy about it. I'd been looking forward to this summer for what seemed like forever. I had it all planned. Whitewater rafting, scuba diving, and plenty of my longtime favorite, mountain climbing. After the move, though, most of those plans were out the window. I still found ways to feed my need for the rush. But then there was another problem. Victor Carter. I couldn't stand that guy. Ever since my family moved to this town, this one guy was always trying to one-up everything I did. Wherever I'd go, the skate park, the dirt track, the lake, there he was. And whatever I did, he tried to do the same thing. In the few short weeks I'd known him, he'd become the crusty crud topping on the mud pie that was my life. Well, anyway, it was time for Sunday school. My family had just started going to this small church in town. All of us middle school kids were about to meet our new teacher for the summer. I stepped into the class, and who's the first person I see? You guessed it, Victor Carter. And then, as if the boredom of Sunday school's past wasn't enough foreshadowing, the teacher was, well, she was kind of strange. I mean, she looked fairly normal, but she had this detached quality about her. Almost like she was in two places at once. She would kind of stare off into space for a minute. Then she'd talk to us like she was passing through to drop off some instructions on her way to work. It was actually just a little spooky. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, but I was sure this was gonna be the most miserable hour of a very boring summer. Little did I know, being bored was about to be the last thing on my mind.
Y'all too jittery. Well, that's great.
Good morning. I think we have everyone here good. This is a small class. Only 4 of you. It's going to be very exciting. My name is Miss Imogene. Would you all introduce yourselves? Just say your name and tell us something about yourself.
My name is Ness, and my family's from Venezuela. I like to read, and I can fix anything. My dad says I'm extremely mechanically inclined, but I still like flowers and animals and stuff, and I get really mad when people are rude to me.
Well, good for you. I think young ladies should be treated with respect. That's good, Inez. And you, ma'am?
My name's Beth, and I just like to eat. When is snack anyway?
I hadn't thought about a snack. But you will be hungry after this class. In the meantime, I do have some mints. Would you like some?
Ooh, give Victor one.
Funny dork.
You must be Quinn. You're new to town, although I guess not so new. You seem to know this young man already.
He knows me well. I mean, he lives in my shadow.
Get real, you're like a mini-me. Everywhere I go, there you are.
Man, this is my town. You just mad because I'm hot and you're not.
Right, you smell hot. I'm a mountain climber. I've been climbing since I was knee-high to a squirrel.
That was yesterday.
Miss Emma, don't they have a slow kids class somewhere for Victor?
Well, boys, this class will be good for you both. Now, we haven't any more time to dawdle. I don't know any of you personally, but by the end of this class, we'll all be just like family. Now, we have a lot to cover today. So let's begin. Turn to John 14:6.
Victor, that's in the New Testament?
I know where it is, midget.
You're not any taller than I am.
I am taller than you and stronger.
Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Children, the way means the right path to get to where you're going among other paths that are wrong. Beware of the wrong paths. The result of going down one could be disastrous. The truth means that in the midst of many conflicting viewpoints, only one is the real will of God. Remember, children, viewpoints can be very convincing and be very, very wrong. Even your own eyes can deceive you. But no matter what, you can always count on the word of God.
Oh my gosh, man, this is gonna be boring.
Listen carefully, children. You will be tested on this.
Tested? Like in school? But this is summertime.
I need a snack.
No, this is your test. Your directions are on this.
What is that? A scroll?
It looks old.
It looks really old.
And here, you'll need this. Your key is in the bag. You'll need to hold on to this, Inez. We'll be counting on you. Now, let's not dawdle. You haven't much time to complete your mission. Come on.
Mission.
What's this all about?
You all better run along now, or you won't make it back in time.
Mission.
Man, what's going on? Is class over?
Come on, children. You haven't much time.
Where are we going?
Oh, and listen. The life. Beware of the illusion of life. Real significance comes from knowing who you are. Victor, if you really want to live, hold on to Jesus.
What?
You'll be fine. You'll all be fine now. Go on.
What was that?
Do you know what just happened?
Man, this is crazy.
This has got to be the wackiest Sunday school class ever.
Who picked her to be our teacher?
What kind of class is this?
Oh my!
What just happened?
Where are we?
Where are we?
Nothing can prepare you for the kind of shock we all felt when we realized that we weren't in our church anymore. In a few steps, we had gone from our Sunday school classroom to, well, somewhere else. And Miss Imogene had shut the door. We were in some kind of broken down building, and we were looking past the rubble of a partially knocked out cinder block wall. Across the big yard, there were other old condemned buildings that looked even less safe than the one we were standing in. We turned around to run back into Miss Imogene's classroom, but there was only a wall where the door had been.
Where's the door? Where's the door?
You can be sure I was just as confused as everyone else, but right away I thought of Miss Emma saying we didn't have much time.
The scroll. Inez, you got the scroll. What's the scroll say?
What?
Listen, she said this was some kind of mission. She also said we didn't have much time. What's the scroll say?
Yeah, we gotta see how to get out of here.
Let me see that.
It's a drawing.
It's a map.
Is there a door on here somewhere?
Our mission isn't to find the door, lame-o.
What do you suggest since you're so smart? And hurry up before this raggedy building falls down around us.
Look at this writing. I can't believe this. It's not even English. I need a snack. I need some food.
Reperio via, sumo verum, servo vita. It's Latin. It means find a way, choose the truth, save the life.
Whoa, you know Latin?
These words are not so different from my own language. There's a way. See that fish? Here at the entrance to all these tunnels? The fish was the symbol the early Christians used to use.
Yeah, and before they were called Christians, they called themselves the Way.
I wish I knew the way to McDonald's.
For somebody so hungry, you're awfully skinny.
Don't let the small size fool you, pal.
This map and these tunnel drawings look old, but the drawings of the buildings are not old.
Like someone drew them in later.
Alright, look, we're in this building. That's that one, and that's this one. And look at this steeple-looking thing in the picture. That's a church. If you look out there, all the way on the other side of that field, you can see the steeple rising up over the other building. This is a drawing of where we are, and here's where we need to go.
What's in that little bag she gave you?
It's some kind of key.
What do you think it goes to?
Who knows?
I guess we'll have to figure it out on the way. Let's go.
We started walking across the field to the other rickety-looking building. As we got close to it, we heard voices. I told everyone to get down, and we crept closer, crawling through the tall grass. We could see over a ledge right through the other side of the first floor. There was lots of fire damage, and some of the walls were completely gone. The voices were coming from a pit on the far side of the building. There was a bunch of teenagers, some with video cameras. Then we heard a bell, and some of the teenagers just started slugging it out like they were crazy.
It's a fight club.
Somebody's gonna get killed.
Ooh, ouch. Did you see that?
Where's a cop when you need one?
Come on, follow me.
We went further down the edge of the building, staying way out of sight, until we found a safe place to go in.
Listen, do you hear that sound?
Sounds like a generator.
It's coming from down this hall.
Let's see what's down there.
Are you crazy? You're gonna get us killed. Let's just get this whatever thing and go home, quick. What are we looking for anyway?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's in the tunnels under this building. And according to this picture, the entrance is somewhere down the hall.
If someone is running electricity in a place like this, they're probably doing something I don't want to know about. Here, let me see that map.
Okay, y'all wait here. I'm gonna go check it out.
Oh, no, you don't. You wait with the girls. I'll go check it out.
We need somebody with some guts right here. So why don't you just wait with the girls?
You don't have more guts than me.
I don't know what your problem is, but the girls aren't staying anywhere. Who do you think you are anyway? You think boys are the only ones with guts? Girls have more guts in one big toe than you, cabeza de chorrito. Ridículo, no puedo creer. Oh!
Hey, where's Beth?
There she is.
She's already down the hall?
Let's go then, ladies.
Please try not to make her mad again.
That was such... Ooh, you're such a... Ooh.
Even though Victor was a total jerk, I had a feeling that he was right. Inez had the map, and she was the only one that understood the words on it. We needed her. We snuck down the hall to where the generator sound was coming from. We rounded the corner and entered a room where there were 6 or 7 laptop computers hooked up by some kind of network box, and some other devices. Beth was sitting on a countertop eating some donuts.
It's gotta be some kind of illegal operation.
It's a slander center. Look at these pages. Look at the terrible stuff they're sending about people.
You think they get money for sending this stuff out?
They spent a pretty penny on these donuts. They're good stuff. I can smell them all the way down the hallway.
You can't smell donuts all the way down a hallway.
You can't smell donuts down the hallway.
This box is a signal rerouting machine. See the software icon? It's a kind of program that keeps you from being able to locate an IP address. And it's running.
How do you know all this stuff?
My dad is a detective. He showed me all this kind of stuff. These computers must belong to the Fight Club guys. They make money from people who like to hurt other people. But they need some place to do it, where the cops can't find them. That's why they made the headquarters in this old building.
They'll probably be back any minute.
We gotta keep going. There's nothing we can do about these guys. Let's just find the entrance to the tunnels. And, let me have one of those donuts.
Ah, welcome to the dark side, young Skywalker.
All right, everyone follow me.
Wait a minute. We're not going that way. Follow me.
Hey, nobody made you the leader of this outfit. We're going this way.
You just mad because I got more natural leadership abilities than you.
You do not.
Yeah, I do.
You think just because those blockheads at school think you're something, that you can just tell everybody what to do. You're just afraid I'm gonna move in on your turf.
You don't know what you're talking about. If you wasn't so busy trying to impress everybody, we'd be further along.
Silencio! Son tan idiotas!
If you really want to get home, this is not the way.
What did you say?
Miss Emma-Jean said we need to go down the right path. You jokers are going down the wrong path.
Where did this mirror come from?
I can't tell you how close I was to socking Victor in the mouth. And then she said that stuff about the right path. I was thinking these things and looking into the strangest little mirror on the wall next to one of the computers. It had these old leathery straps around the outside with blue and gold and red mixed in, and the inside was as clean and clear as I've ever seen a mirror before. It made me feel like I was the distorted funhouse image, and it was the real one. All I could think was that I was wrong. Up to that moment, I was so busy hating Victor Carter that I had lost sight of the most basic thing Jesus wanted his people to do. Love each other. Love your enemies, is what he said. I wasn't exactly sure how Victor got to be my enemy in the first place, but Beth was right. If I didn't figure out a way to get along with him, this couldn't possibly end well for all four of us. I hope we hadn't wasted too much time already.
Shh! Listen, someone's coming.
Hide!
Man, did y'all see the way he knocked out that kid with one punch?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Got it all on tape, dude. Got him going down hard.
Beth, watch out for that lamp! What lamp?
What was... Hey, somebody's in our spot! Get him!
Run! This way! Come on, through here!
I got you. Be careful, guys. This building's falling apart.
There they are! Get them!
Gwen, throw me that cord.
Hey, what are you doing?
Beth, stand back! Victor's trying to block the hall!
Whoa! That should slow him down.
Dude! You pulled a chunk out of the second floor! That's intense.
The entrance is at the bottom of the elevator shaft.
What?
It's straight below us.
How are we supposed to get under this elevator?
Open the door. The needle's on too. Let's hope the elevator's stuck upstairs on the second floor.
Grab that piece of metal. Vic, help me pry this door open.
No, you help me pry it open.
Guys, they've almost dug through. Hurry up!
When I catch you, you're dead meat!
She was right. Guys, look up the shaft. There's the elevator.
It's dark down there.
Here, try this.
Where you get that flashlight?
It was by the donuts. It just looked like something I should have.
See that door in the floor? I bet that's it. I know that's it.
Take these handrails on the wall of the elevator shaft.
Guys, hurry up! They've almost dug...
Go, go! I'll try to hold them off. Just get that floor hatch open.
I'm pulling, but it won't come loose.
By the time those three teenagers actually broke through Victor's barricade, Inez and Beth and I had climbed down to the bottom of the shaft.
Your history, kid. I'm gonna crush you!
You gonna have to catch me.
Victor's gonna jump!
Victor, don't!
But Victor had jumped into the elevator shaft above us and was hanging on by the cable.
He made it! He's climbing up the cable!
We could hear their footfalls as they finally got through the debris and came running after Victor.
That kid is nuts.
That kid is dead. What are you doing, kid? There's no place to go up there. Can you get upstairs and get him, Chuck?
I'm on my way.
Yeah, this kid is toast. Hurry up! He just kicked in the trap door. Kid, get down here!
We got it! The door's open!
There they are. They climbed down using these handles.
Come on, let's go after him.
Now! Into the tunnel! Go!
Oh, no, you don't. Come here, kid.
They got to us just as we were about to go into the tunnel. The girl was holding me by my jacket, and even though I probably could have broken free, there was no place to go.
I got you, kid.
Let go of me.
Victor!
We were all looking up where the light flooding in from the open door was making the action crystal clear. Victor had gotten the trap door in the bottom of the elevator open and climbed halfway through when that other kid came into the elevator and grabbed him. Victor was strong enough to break the kid's grip and drop back down through the trap door. So Victor was hanging from the elevator cable with no place to go but down, where the other two bad guys were already waiting. We thought for sure this was the end. Then the kid that was after Victor climbed through the trap door, but on his way down he accidentally pulled some kind of lever. The elevator clanked, and then it slid down a couple of feet.
That's the brakes, you idiot! You're gonna kill everybody!
Then we heard a loud crack. Like an egg the size of a building just broke open.
What was that?
Then the elevator started sliding again.
Get down!
Go, go, go!
Move, kid!
Get off me!
Oh my gosh! Get in that tunnel! Get in! Get in!
Come on, won't you hurry up?
They had pushed Beth into the tunnel. The rest of us did the only thing that was left to do, and Nez and I jumped down into it as fast as we could. A second later, that girl, and then the bad kid doing all the talking, both came bounding down the ladder. I could hear the elevator sliding and scraping its way down. I was so scared. Then that other old kid came jumping down into the tunnel. I screamed out,
Victor!
The elevator sounded like it was clawing its way down through the building, and at any minute it would smash into the bottom of the shaft. Then Victor came diving through the hole. There was a huge thud as the elevator slammed into the bottom of the shaft above us. But the terrible sounds above didn't stop. It sounded like the whole building was falling in. The only light we had was the flashlight that Beth was holding.
Come on, it's caving in! Let's go now!
We all followed the light, hoping to outrun the smashing and crashing above us. Dust was falling into the tunnel, and it seemed like any minute it would cave in and bury us underground forever.
Look out! Look
Then
out!
the tunnel behind us gave in.
Look out!
The deafening sound of the collapsing concrete was amplified by our screams.
Come on! Come on! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Even in the dark, everyone was running almost full speed downward into the tunnel, following that single beam of light. In a few moments, the sound of crashing had stopped, and Beth emerged into an opening. We all collapsed into a panting heap of people on the flat dirt floor.
Everybody okay?
Are we dead? Is everybody here?
Give me that! I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you just made a huge mistake. Chuck! Trace! Over here! We gonna find our way out of here. And you brats ain't invited. I hope you ain't afraid of the dark.
You can't take the only flashlight?
Why, you little...
You better be glad we don't beat you to a pulp right here. You wrecked our whole operation. You follow, you're toast. You hear?
Everybody here?
I'm right here.
I'm here.
You guys okay?
Okay. We're pitch dark in some creepy tunnel, about to be warm food. Besides that, I'm fine.
Speaking of food...
Well, what now?
I've got a match in my pocket.
A match?
Yeah, one of those little wooden ones. I picked it up off of the floor in the first building we were in.
You're amazing.
Well, Jesus fed 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. He can give us a torch from one match.
When we ran in here, I think I saw some sticks on the side of this room. Don't let go of my hand. Can't see a thing. Here's one.
Help me tear my jacket into strips. I'm gonna try to tie them on the top of the stick.
Okay, pull it tight. We've got one chance at this.
Well, I think now we pray. Dear God, we need your help. We need some light. And we need to know which way to go. Okay, Beth, are you ready?
Well, here goes.
That rigged up torch worked just like it was supposed to. Now that was cool. The cavern we were in was just some sort of wide spot in the tunnel we had been running down. As we walked forward, it got skinny again, and before long, we had to walk single file. The whole tunnel seemed to be a natural pathway through the rock and dirt. We were a little nervous about where this could be taking us. Then all of a sudden, it opened up into a large room.
Hey, look! Guys! More torches!
Yeah, a little light is what we need.
Let's light them up.
With the extra light, we could see the room much better. There were wooden beams in the ceiling. It was rough, but obviously man-made. At the end of the room, there were two passages. One was a wide upward staircase. It gradually curled so that we couldn't see where it was going, but the walls of the staircase had little gold specks that shimmered. There was a sign engraved in stone over it that said, "Treasure Room." Just a few feet over from that big staircase was a little doorway, just big enough for one person to get through at a time. It was leading down into the dark, and there was a piece of rotting scrap wood over it with something carved into it by hand.
Look at this one. It says, "Beware, the way of the cross."
Looks like a pretty clear warning to me. I say we listen. Anyone else? Good. Let's take the stairs.
Can you smell that?
What? What? Can you smell what?
That's food up those stairs. You can't smell that?
Shh.
Did you hear that?
I don't think I hear anything.
Somebody just said, "Come." Came from up those stairs. Do you think it's those teenagers?
It is like someone's kind of calling me up those stairs.
Maybe they've found the treasure and they want to share it with us.
Share it? They're not gonna share it.
Maybe they can't carry it all.
Are you nuts?
Come on, y'all. There's treasure up those stairs.
Wow, I've never seen a mirror like this in my whole life.
Is everybody going crazy?
I might have gone right up those stairs, the way they seemed to be calling out to me and all. Except, I looked over and saw Beth staring into a mirror just like the one I'd seen in the building. It had these old leather straps around the edges with blue and red and gold yarn woven into it, and Beth was looking into it real deep, like she was seeing into another universe or something. Tears started streaming down her face. As much as I wanted to go up those stairs, I knew there was something more important than what was up there. It's what Beth was looking at right at that moment. It's what we all should be looking at.
We have to go this way.
What are you saying? We got to go up these stairs. There's treasure. Can't you hear it?
Hold on, guys. We've got to listen to Beth. Something's not right. Miss Imogene said, if we choose the wrong path, it could be disaster.
She said we need to choose the right one to get where we're going.
This one says the way of the cross.
I'm always hungry, and I do smell food up those stairs. But there's more to me than that. There's more to this mission than feeding my belly. We have to go this way.
The map said, find the way, choose the truth. Jesus is the truth, and this is the way he went, the cross. We got to follow him.
You're saying you want us to go down there, in that hole?
Victor, we hear treasure calling, but Inez can't. Beth smells food, but we don't.
What's your point?
This is some kind of trap. If we choose the easy way, I think something bad's gonna happen.
Quinn is right.
Maybe this is some kind of test. Temptation.
What do you think is down there?
I don't know, but I think we're supposed to choose to find out.
We set out down through the little doorway. It was narrow and dark and the walls were wet. Victor was in front telling us to watch out for pits and for stuff sticking out of the walls. It was the creepiest place I'd ever been. After a few minutes, the tunnel got wider and higher, and then we came into a large opening. It was like some kind of cave. The ground we had been walking on ended up at a steep cliff. In front of us was an old rope bridge that looked pretty unstable.
Whoa, horsey.
Victor, what is it?
It's a cliff and a bridge made out of ropes.
A cliff? How far down is it?
Does anyone have a piece of paper?
I do. Here in my pocket.
Let's ball it up, light it on fire, and drop it down there.
Did you see it hit the bottom?
I didn't see it hit the bottom.
I don't think there is a bottom.
If there is, it's a long ways down there.
I mean a long ways down.
Oh my God! We're all going to die down here in this dark, evil place!
Inez, we're not gonna die. We're just gonna go over this bridge.
I'm not setting foot on that bridge! I can't walk on that! There's no way I'm walking on that! Are you crazy?
The rope is solid. It's pretty thick. Haven't you ever done a ropes course before? It's nothing. It's so easy.
Quinn, she's afraid of heights. Don't try to act like you ain't never been afraid of nothing.
I'm not trying to act like anything. I've been afraid of stuff before. The question is, what are you afraid of?
I ain't afraid of nothing. That's the difference between us.
Well, I'm going across. That can't be more than about 30 feet.
I'm going too. I'm right behind you.
Where did this mirror come from? Quinn, look.
Inez had sat down right there near the wall and noticed there was one of those mirrors right there by her feet. It had the leather around the edges with the colored yarn, and she was looking into it with the same look me and Beth had when we looked into it. And her torch wasn't so close to her, so the image in the mirror must have had a light all of its own. All I know is when she stood up, she didn't look afraid of that bridge at all.
You okay, Inez?
I am now. Let's go across and get this mission finished.
We headed across the bridge. The ropes were swaying under our feet and the whole bridge was bobbing up and down with each step that we took. A couple of times Inez had to stop and hold her breath and pray. But after a few long minutes we made it across. About 10 feet in front of the bridge were two big wooden doors. Beth and Victor had been trying to push them open, but they couldn't do it by themselves. Once the four of us were together, we all pushed with all the strength we had. The big doors opened a little and we went into another room. It was about 40 feet across, and right in the middle of the room there was a small wooden chest sitting on the table. We slowly moved closer to it since there didn't seem to be anything else in this big room.
There's something written on the sides of that box.
It has my name!
And here's mine.
Here's mine!
This says Victor Carter. What do you think this means?
Who knows? Let's open it. It's locked.
Maybe this key Miss Emma gave me will open it.
Sweet!
It's a belt and some little tiny rolls of paper with writing on them.
What kind of sense does that make?
Let's take it. It does have our names on it. Come on. Now, maybe we can find the door to go home. Look over there! Doesn't that look like an elevator? Some kind of old elevator?
That's exactly what it looks like.
Up against the wall on the same side of the room where we came in, towards the far corner, there was a room-sized wooden crate with a horizontal door that was half up. Even in the torchlight, it was plain to see that the little room was suspended by ropes. Inez ran over to a cutaway place in the wall just beyond it that seemed to be there to service the thing's moving parts.
It is an elevator! It works by bullets and weights! There's a big weight right here attached to a rope. This will make it go up. Grab that box and come on!
I got it!
What was that?
I think it might be a tremor.
Like as in the thing that happens before an earthquake? I hope you know how to make this thing work. We gotta go.
Come on, everybody in.
We climbed into that elevator-like box, and Inez pulled a lever and pushed a big sandbag off of the side. We started to move up slow and smooth, almost like a real elevator. We passed through the top of the room and kept going up. The higher we went, the more it felt like we were dangling over that bottomless pit. Inez was holding on to me so tight that I thought my eyes would pop out. Then we heard the rumbling sound again. The elevator, which wasn't much more than the bottom half of a big wooden crate, started shaking and swaying like something had broken loose at the top. That's when we realized we weren't the only ones making noise.
Listen.
Look over there!
We could see 3 torches on the other side of the pit. It was the 3 teenagers who had left us in the dark. They were on a small ledge with no way to get up or down. They were surrounded by what looked like gold and silver coins, but there was a slick wall behind them. As we rose higher in the elevator, we could see that they had fallen onto the ledge from a trap door about 30 feet above them. They must have gone up the stairs that led to the treasure room.
Hey, we need your help. We're over here, come on.
Get us out of here.
We'll share all this treasure with you. Look at all this stuff.
Get us out of here.
Under the circumstances, that didn't look like much of a reward. We were right across the pit from them when the elevator stopped. On our side, there was a ledge that opened to a small cavern. There was a huge wooden cross, maybe 30 foot high, almost scraping the top of the little cavern, looming over the wooden crate that held the four of us. The pulleys holding up our elevator were just overhead. As we came to a stop, we could see that they were damaged. I tossed the wooden chest onto the ledge. Getting us off would be trickier. The elevator itself was still shaking like something was broke. Then, something broke.
Help me! Beth! Grab her!
Don't let me go!
I got you!
Don't let me go! I'm on the ledge. Swing her up to me.
Victor, can you pull me up?
Beth, I got you tight. Swing Inez up to the ledge.
I got you! I got Inez. She's on the ledge. Come on.
Okay, pull me up now.
I got you. Just hold on.
Victor!
I got the rope. I'm down here, but I can't hold on much longer.
I'm too young to die. I'm too pretty to die.
I'm coming. Inez, hold on these bolts on the foot of the cross and hold on to me tight. I've almost got the rope.
Come on.
I got it. Pull. I got you.
Thank God. I thought I was gonna die.
Hey, you made it. Help us get out of here.
Help us. Sharks left us in the tunnel with no light.
We would have come back for you. We were just trying to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, we were coming back. Please don't leave us here.
Look, there's a door. That's it. That's the door to our class.
We can get home.
Come on, this thing isn't stable. Come on, man, gotta do something, please.
Please don't leave us here.
This place is coming apart. Look out, the cross is coming loose.
That thing is barely hanging on. We gotta get out of here.
But what about them? We can't just leave them here.
Here, help me get this rope up from where the elevator was.
If we can loop it around that pulley, maybe we can throw it over to them.
I'm gonna have to climb this cross.
No, you don't. I'll climb it.
Victor, I've been climbing all my life. I know what I'm doing. It's easy to fall, even if you have the right gear.
I know what I'm doing.
Victor, you don't have anything to prove. Just let Queen do it.
I got it. I just need to get on the other side of this thing and...
Victor had darted around the other side of that big cross like he couldn't wait to risk his life again. Then all of a sudden he stopped. I stepped over so I could see what he was doing. It was hard to make out in the torchlight, but I saw the edges of a frame on the back side of that cross, the side that had torn out of the ground. I saw the leather straps and the blue and gold and red yarn. It was that mirror. Even in the darkness, I recognized the look in his eye. He was seeing more than just a reflection in that mirror. He was seeing his true self. I wasn't sure what was going to happen next, but I had a feeling Victor was going to know what to do.
Victor, they're gonna fall. That whole ledge's coming apart.
Go ahead, Quinn. You do what you said.
Inez, grab the end of the rope. Tie it around Victor's waist quick. I'm gonna have to climb the cross.
This thing is about to fall. If it does, maybe it will stretch all the way across the pit.
Or maybe it'll fall in. Let's hope it stays right where it is. Push me up.
Be careful.
Victor, Inez, and Beth boosted me up where I could grab the crossbar and climb up to the top of the cross. I was dangling over a bottomless pit on a piece of wood that was only partially attached to the ground. I wrapped that rope around the only part of the elevator pulley that hadn't been torn out. Just as I did, the ground started to move underneath us and the cross I was on started falling over towards the pit. I screamed as it fell. I was thinking for sure that this was the end. but the ledge that those teenagers were on caught the top 1 foot of that cross. The impact almost threw me off, but the rope gave me something to hold on to. It was still attached to the broken pulley and ultimately to Victor on the other side of the chasm. As soon as it hit, it started to roll, but stopped because it was still attached by one tough piece of bolted metal at the base.
Oh, thank you.
Come on, we've only got a few seconds. Grab this rope and let's go back across.
Hurry up! It's trying to pull loose!
The girl went first, holding onto the rope. She shimmied across that thing so fast I thought she must have been a gymnast or something. Then that guy who threw the brakes on the elevator went across. The last kid had been stuffing as much treasure as he could into every pocket he had while the other two went across. I was afraid he was going to be too heavy, but since the rope was attached to me, I had to let him go first. As soon as he got on the cross, it started to roll to the left.
Hurry up! It's getting ready to come off! Get off! Get off! It's gonna fall! Ah! Victor! Victor's underneath it! He's got it wedged in place with his body!
Victor had wrapped the rope and himself around the bottom of the cross and was now the only thing keeping it from coming completely loose and falling into the crevasse.
Come across! Come now!
Let that stuff go, man! You're gonna kill us both!
But I gotta...
We risked our lives for you! Let it go, man!
Come now!
All right.
Beth and Inez were frantically trying to untie the knot in the rope around Victor's waist. We could all see that in a matter of seconds that cross was going down. We had just enough time to get back to the other side. As soon as our feet hit the cavern ledge, there was another quake that shook the last bolt out. The huge, top-heavy piece of wood went crashing down into the abyss. The knot came loose at the last second, but not in time to keep Victor on the ground. He was thrown up into the air and spun around like a wound yo-yo. I dove in his direction, praying all the while that God would just let me live to see another day in that crummy little town. Victor caught my hand in mid-turn. I was certain neither of us would land close enough to the edge to keep from falling in, but as we came down, I felt hands grab the back of my belt. It was Inez, and Beth was holding on to her. Victor slammed against the side of the pit with one arm holding mine and the other grasping for the ledge. We were all holding on to each other. As the cross was crashing down against the walls of the pit below, the girls pulled Victor and me off the ledge. We had made it. We had no time to rest though. Just then a rock smashed down next to us. On the other side of the cavern, we saw a very unlikely looking blue door. At once, everyone started sprinting towards it, but now there were rocks falling toward us. The 7 of us were running and screaming.
There's a door! Run! Run! Look out!
I managed to grab the box before I started running, so I was the last one to bust through the door. I dove through it as if my life depended on that jump, but I landed on the other side on my feet. We were back in Miss Emma's classroom.
Welcome back, Mr. Quinn. Welcome back, class. You all did marvelously.
7 of us had run through that door, but only the 4 of us made it through. No one's clothes were dirty and no one was holding anything in their hands, except for me, holding the jacket that we had torn up to make a torch. I knew I had grabbed the box with the belt and papers, but it was nowhere to be seen. I jumped up to look back through the door. Surely I would see the cavern on the other side. But when I flung it open, there was only the hallway.
What? What happened?
Well, you all completed your mission for today. I hope you all learned something valuable. We went just a little over time. We'll have to work on that.
Where's the... But how did we just...
Oh, I know it may all seem a bit confusing at first. You may want to think of Miss Emma Jean's class as a real exercise in being doers of the word. We learn by doing, you know. I have something for you all now.
She reached into a bag and pulled out 4 belts, just like the one in the box. Then she pulled out 4 little picture frames. Each one had leather around the edges with red, blue, and yellow yarn woven into it. But they weren't mirrors. They were Bible verses in frames. She gave one to Beth about self-control and one to Inez about God not giving us a spirit of fear. She gave one to me about loving your enemies and praying for them. I couldn't see what Victor's verse said. I really wanted to know because I had never seen anyone do the crazy stuff he did. But when I asked, he just held the picture close to his heart and said,
Not today, buddy. We're gonna have to talk about it next class.
And that was how the class ended. Not your run-of-the-mill Sunday school, which was perfectly fine for me. But if you think that was strange, wait till you hear what happened the very next week.
Hi, I'm Chris Blackmon, creator and producer of the Grandville Adventures. Hey, have you ever figured, what if you had a mirror that could show you who you were supposed to be? Well, listen, you do. That's what the Word of God is. And that's what the Word of God does if you will get into it, study it, and find out who God created you to be. There's no limit to what you can do with God in your life. Now, to get God in your life, there's just 2 simple steps. The first is to believe in your heart that Jesus came to earth and lived a perfect life, died to pay the price for your wrongs, and then rose from the grave, never to die again. And the second step is simply to say, Jesus, I want you to be the Lord of my life. I give you control. If you do those 2 things, you become a part of his kingdom. And he makes himself available to you to help you live a life of wisdom, power, and peace. Now that's the kind of good news that everybody needs. So if you got this CD, why don't you pass this CD on to somebody else so they can hear the good news? And visit us at www.grandvilleadventures.com. That's grandvilleadventures.com. We'll send you an email and give you a heads up for episode 2. In the meantime, get your free downloads, put them on some CDs, and get them out to some people so they can hear the good news just like you heard it. This is Chris Blackmon and the Grandville Adventures team saying the peace of God to ya, baby.